We'll start. Okay, you guys are live.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Coolfmlive Sports here at Keith Hampton Field, on the field with Jon and Jarad, coming to you from a Sunday edition here at, like I said, Keith Hampton Field with a few guests of ours from the Berean Academy Eagles,
the state
champion
runner-up. These guys played like their hair was on fire every Thursday and sometimes Saturday. You guys played like little animals, man. That was pretty cool. How did you guys feel about the outcome of the season? Let's start with Dillon. Oh yeah, we should say
Dillon Malley over here played tackle, guard, and on defense. Anything?
Just
no defense.
Guard.
Okay, played guard and on offense.
Yeah.
Carlos Aponte.
Hello.
And Carlos is a center, or no?
I'm a center and a D tackle.
D tackle. Okay.
The big guy.
And then the man all over the field, Logan
Kick
Sealey.
returner, quarterback. What else did you do?
Running back, receiver, linebacker,
Safety, corner. Yeah, you played all over the field. Man, that was a lot of fun to watch this season. Just watching all you guys. I love that you guys can play so many different positions. You know, not a lot of guys get to play both offense and defense, and I think if you like it, man, this is the way to do it.
Coach always used to tell us this thing, like, there's a difference between playing football and being a football player.
Yeah.
You know, when you just play football, it means you're just strictly distinct in one position. But he says when you're a football player, it means don't try to put you at anything you got. You just try to give you your best shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I
So-
think that's where, you know, he kind of falls under. He's a football player.
For sure.
Seeing this guy play so many, I even had to play against him as the end, and God, it was crazy.
Now, at one point, Logan, didn't we have some, I don't know if it was official or not, or if I'd heard things that you had some national rankings for kick return?
Yeah, so, yeah, it's crazy. I average the most out of a kick return, like yard-wise, out of anybody in the country.
Number one in the country at kick returning.
Yeah, so I think I'm averaging 47 yards a kick return or something like that. Yeah.
You hear that, America? This guy can run the ball out on a kickoff. Holy smokes.
Lordy.
Could have helped Arizona right now beat the Vikings. We'll go there. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Now,
choke artist.
Training for this, did they have a bunch of wild dogs that would just chase you around the field, or how did you train for that?
No, we had a Taysom. A Taysom chasing us around the field. Coach Hampton's son.
Yeah, there you go. Jason will come right after you. He ain't got no. He's that blue collar guy, man. He's just like his daddy. So you know,
we got
Carlos.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be a warrior in the trenches in an 8-man football team? How is it in there? Is it just as bad as a 5-man team, or what?
It's really hard. You gotta be fast in the field. You also gotta be strong. You know, mentality hits you too. Like you gotta be consistent. Like trying to get through there. Yeah, a lot of mistakes can happen, but you know, it feels really good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, had a pretty incredible season. A lot of things that you guys had to overcome. Some adversity. You had some games in the middle of the season where everybody was having issues with injuries, a couple of illnesses and stuff like that. So, you know, at what point did you think there was still, now, when did you find out that there was still a chance at a playoffs, even though, I mean, because you guys, what was your overall record?
7-3.
7-3. Going into
going into state, it was 7-2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, state title game. You played Heritage Academy earlier in the season.
Man, those kids were big.
Tough game early on in the season too. Wasn't lopsided as much as as this game. I mean, what do you think? What were some of the things that obviously could have? I mean, what could have went in a better way for you in the state championship game?
I mean, I think the biggest thing comes down to like mentality and fighting through adversity. We came out with the ball on offense. We turned the ball over, and then they scored within 3 plays. And I think right then, our defense really just kind of backed down a little bit. And I think that was a big issue. But at the same time, I mean, we started putting up a fight, and I mean, we outscored them in the second half and things like that. So, I mean, I think the first half we really just kind of got in our heads and beat ourselves.
Physically, they had some pretty big guys, and you guys are pretty big. Especially for 8-man, as far as teams go, you guys are not a small squad. But that team didn't have anybody that was small. There wasn't even a defensive back that looked like they were under 6 feet tall. I mean, how do you guys play against larger players, and how do you overcome that?
I think it just takes a lot of practicing, and because I remember this one, like during this season, even last season, Hampton would bring out some of his players that he had from when he was coaching at Berean, and he'd have them, bring their gear out and they'd practice with us, so we'd basically break out of that fear of playing against someone bigger than you. Because especially during last year, because we played like teams like Compass, Skyline Prep, Gila River, they were pretty big kids, but we just learned how to break that fear. Just like, hey, I'm on your level,
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Not afraid of anybody, and just try and take your shots when you can, right?
Yeah.
So, going through, the early, we can call this an early season or early part of a program growing, because this is your third technical season, and out of 3 seasons, you've been to the state championship twice. That's pretty phenomenal for a small school to be able to see it turn around and come about and get things going. For Coach Hampton, I know you're probably watching. I wanted you to be here with us, but I understand you got, you want to have some downtime with family, and that comes first. So totally get that. But having a chance to coach with Coach Hampton, myself, in the early years with Coach Thomas, and knowing him as a player as well, I know he was going to get something special going for you guys, and it shows already. I mean, you've shown the dominance. You've shown what he expects as you guys to come out on the field as players every day.
Excellent.
And it just shows no matter what. And hats off to you guys. I'd love to see that continued success. So you all are all gone. You guys are all seniors.
Except for him.
Carlos has got 1 more year.
All right.
I got 2 more years.
2 more years. That's right. He is a younger guy. I keep forgetting that. So, coming out of a charter school conference, the CAA that they play in, that you guys play in, the competition is still pretty fierce and intense in 8-man football. But, what is it looking like right now, Logan, for the next level? Let's talk about some of your possible offers, what they're looking like. I know signing day is in a couple days here in December, early signing day. Not sure you're going to go that route. You're probably going to wait a little longer until February for the national signing day. But what does it look like? Is it going to be some good offers, or is there? What are you looking at right now? Where would you want to commit if you could?
So, there's definitely a handful, and I think it's great. Number one, it's great to be in the position, and I feel super blessed to be in the position. But number 2, it's great to be able to kind of put Berean on the map, and
sure.
I know, obviously, I have these college offers, but we have underclassmen that I think could exceed what I'm doing, and do way better than me. I think I have some pretty nice looking ones coming in.
And
So
you got
any New Mexico schools?
So I've been talking to a few Western New Mexico, New Mexico Highlands.
You say Highlands is probably talking to you a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So-
We've got a
That's
couple
good
Buena
school.
guys over there right now.
Yeah.
Simon
Yeah.
Peter and
Oh
Adrian.
shoot, they could.
Yeah, and so
Sierra Vista.
It'd be awesome to have a little Sierra Vista connection going on up there.
yeah, it'd be great. Those are some guys.
Mhm.
I love Simon and I love Adrian. So
You guys all played youth ball together,
right,
so
and I think it would be great to go up there with them. But I'm I'm keeping all the doors open and
good.
kind of taking my time looking at every program and things like that.
Academics is a big thing for you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's your current GPA?
Probably like a 3.4 right now.
Good. What do you think
sir.
about your core GPA? Your core
Um,
classes probably about the same.
Yeah.
Good. That's huge because it's 2.3 or 2.4 right now is what I saw the latest in the NCAA. So, Dillon, Any chances for
Well,
you trying to play at the next level? You thinking, or what's your plans coming up?
Unfortunately, I wasn't really stoked about the idea about going to college ball because it wasn't really in my eyesight.
Okay.
I've been mainly worrying about trying to get my degree for fire science. My EMT.
Oh, all right. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, what type of fire do you want to get in? Like paramedic or?
I'm gonna try to be a structure firefighter and then like paramedic at the same time.
Sure.
That way I can work on like the engine or the truck and still work on medical calls. Like if that's what we can tone down to. So, yeah.
Have you done anything? Sorry, John.
No.
Have you done any like volunteer work with the fire department or any of the Explorer programs or anything?
Not yet, but I definitely plan to. Once I turn 18, while I'm going through my classes, I'm gonna volunteer probably at Fry or Vista or Palmeiras, whichever one's hiring, basically.
Don't forget to get your wildland certificates too.
Yes, sir.
That's where you can make a lot of money in the summertime, my friend.
My grandfather preaches it to me all the time about it, and
it is dangerous. It's a lot more dangerous, but if you know what you're doing and you listen to your superiors and do what you got to do out there in the field, you'll make a lot of money.
Yeah.
In that field. So
it's cool to see so many young athletes taking their future more seriously. When we were growing up, I swear, like they talked. I got one day with a counselor, and they're like, "What do you want to do?" I was like,
Well, the big thing when me and you were in school was take the ASFAB, get the ASFAB done, and then we'll see where you land. And I blew it out of the water and scored a 93, and everybody's like, "You could be a marine biologist. You could be this. You could be that." It's like, easy, slow down here. I'm not trying to get into, we're going to have you go through OCS after you go to school. It's like, whoa, quit trying to do all this right now. I mean, it felt good because they wanted you to do all this and be successful through a branch of military. But I was able to play at the next level and have a preferred walk-on. Thank you to Delta State Fighting Okra. Don't ask. We'll talk about that off camera.
Do you have any future plans?
No, Carlos, you got 2 more years. What's you thinking? You thinking next level?
Yeah.
Good.
If that doesn't work, probably do aviation. Maybe even think about boxing.
Golly.
I saw this.
Okay.
I saw that.
Got a boxer in the house.
Dude, I mean,
Put
there's
yourself on TV with Jake Paul.
Oh shoot, you'll
Get him
not.
out.
You
Just call him out now.
take him. Okay, Jake, you know that he's on the list now. So, Carlos.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks for
talking
coming
about
out
everything.
on Sunday.
And, what have you? That last night that you guys were all there together at that state title game, I'm sure you had a couple of you guys, coach probably had a couple of you guys talk. I'm sure Logan, you spoke to the team. You probably, as a captain, I'm assuming. What were your last outgoing words to your team as the program continues to carry on as you leave the mark and leave the base and leave the foundation?
I've talked to some of the guys, and even after the state title game, and I mean the future is really up to them. I mean, and Hampton says it all the time. We have captains that come through every year and seniors that come through every year, and it's up to the underclassmen to kind of take what they want from their leadership and put it into them and put their own kind of leadership onto it. And so I think that's going to be a huge thing. Is we have some leaders leaving this year, and next year we have leaders coming up. And we have leaders like Carlos and Isaac and everybody that's kind of sat back and let our seniors lead. They're going to take on a huge role this coming season and the seasons to come. And I'm definitely excited for them. And I'm excited for what the program's going to do.
Yeah, we are too. We love getting out here in the middle of the week covering you guys. It's so cool to have these Thursday night games. And it's really neat
football
to see.
all week long. It's such a blessing.
Our week starts
we come out
early.
here. You guys get
good stuff.
You get our football juices flowing on Thursday, and then we got Friday, and then there's Saturday and Sunday.
What year is Deontay? Is he a senior, junior?
Deontay.
Or is it Deontay? No. Is he your tight end, or is he the other school? Might be at the other school. I might be thinking ALA.
Oh, ALA. I think he might be a sophomore.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think he's.
So Hively's going to be back, right?
Hively's going to be back.
Junior or sophomore?
Junior.
Okay. So he'll be a senior.
Yeah.
And then you got Isaac coming in as a junior, right?
He'll be a senior next year.
Oh, senior. Okay.
And then yeah, we've got a lot of guys coming back.
That's awesome.
So,
And
That's so
we'll
cool.
see some more kids come in, I'm sure, and get into that program and continue to grow and see it.
It's a great place to learn football from such a good dude, you know, like
Good staff,
football is
real good staff.
you can learn all the, you know, people look at 8-man football and they don't realize like you're learning all the same fundamentals that you'd be learning in 11-man football, and to be able to get one-on-one training, or even like the smaller schools have this, so you guys get a lot more work one-on-one with coaches, maybe not one-on-one, but like 3-on-1, 5-on-1 with a coach, whereas like, you know, you go to Buena where you got like 10 guys to a position coach. So I mean, you guys have a great situation going on, and I love that you guys are so successful so early on, man. Like, you guys had the drive, the fire in you to go and get second place. It was so cool to see,
And move up 2 divisions.
and still go to the state championship. I
Yeah.
mean,
Huge.
that's one of those curbs, you know, like you guys are taking off, putting that program on the map. That's
Now, off camera, Logan was telling us that they are looking at considering doing
Is he
11-man.
Are you allowed to say this?
I don't know if I'm.
Listen, I don't know. I don't
I
know.
know Jimmy
I
Lawrence.
have no idea.
Talk, so I mean, we can talk about it.
I hope so.
I have no
sure
idea.
hope so. Oh, going to
It'd be
11.
cool to see these guys go to 11-man.
But
That'd be awesome.
you know what I told everybody, that my dream is that everybody goes to 2A, and then
Oh,
there's like
yeah.
this crosstown rivalry where it's like your squad, the next squad
never
over,
happen.
you guys. I know, it won't. But like that would be a dream where like you've got like a city rivalry. I don't know.
There should be already between these guys in ALA, but
Well,
I'm sure it'll come.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That'll definitely be a crosstown rival for sure.
I know it gets a little feisty in volleyball. I do know that.
Okay. All right. It's already starting to get a little bit of animosity there. I like it. It's good. Speaking of rivalries,
Okay.
throughout the week it's rivalry week in college football.
Oh my
and-
gosh!
Holy
Yeah.
cow, have we seen some
Did
battles,
anybody
huh?
go to that game yesterday?
The U of A game? Oh yeah.
Were you at the Cup?
You went to that game.
I was
Doug?
there.
Oh, okay.
Logan went to that
Dylan,
game.
stay home and watch it?
Working.
Okay.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that game.
Tell us
You were
about
there.
the game there, Sealey.
Okay. So I'm not a U of A fan. I'm not an ASU fan.
Okay.
And I was dressed there in my U of A gear. And ASU people are insane. I will say that.
Like Dodgers fans.
It was a home game for ASU for the most part. I mean, it was crazy there for ASU. But I mean, I just think U of A couldn't stop them there.
Man.
We kind of knew what was going to happen going into the game. I mean, it's rivalry week, so there was some hope there.
I had a
And there
lot
was-
of hope.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
Yeah.
you just can't stop number 4.
Yeah, that
How do
kid
you
is
can't stop
a beast.
Scatterboo.
How many yards?
Scatterboo ended up with 177.
177. I didn't even.
177 with 14 carries and 3 touchdowns.
Look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a night. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the score on that was
49-7.
49-7.
It's ingrained in my skull right now. Trust me, I'm not a fan of it right now. You know, Coach Brennan, I left you some comments if you want to watch your comment, read your comments throughout what everybody else is saying. I believe in you. I know there's lots of things a new coach has to do to overcome coming into a program. And there was a lot of players there that had a lot of talent from that team left over that went 10-2. But there were some players that went with Jetfish up to Washington. And
Well, it looks like that quarterback couldn't complete any. I mean, he got 6 passes completed to Troy Sage. How do you say that?
McMillan?
McMillan.
T-Mac.
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 T-Mac. I like T-Mac.
Tetaroa.
Yeah, T-Mac. They got him six completions.
How many touchdowns?
And
Any touchdown?
one touchdown.
One touchdown.
And but he only had the quarterback only had 12 completions on the day. So
Yeah, it was a little hard to watch there. Their O-line was getting put
that's
to
what it
shambles.
was. Yeah, so they were getting.
Well,
Run over.
that team's been littered with injuries. And, I'm a firm believer in strength and conditioning, and that was a problem. The strength and conditioning is an issue at U of A right now.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to have to find some better strength coaches that are nationally known or know what they're doing a little bit more. I'm not fanning down the guys that are there now, but you got that many injuries falling apart within the program. Kind of got to look at what's going on with also nutrition and strength conditioning.
Oh man,
Those things go hand in hand. And if these guys aren't doing what they're supposed to, and following their nutrition guide and doing whatever they've got to do, and there's other things that we trust our players to be doing off the field. And if they're not, if they're not being, they're not taking it that seriously.
What's going on back
One of those things.
The man himself, Coach.
Oh, yeah, there he is. He got the trophy.
Bringing the trophies by.
So,
He felt it
we'll
coming.
have him come over in a minute. But
there was a disturbance in the force, and these guys recognized it.
they knew it. They heard the horn, and they're like, "Wait, that's Coach Hampton's truck."
I saw the reflection from his head somewhere over here. I knew it was coming.
Nice haircut, Coach. Come on over and say hi real quick.
State
can
champion
say a little bit.
runner-up, yeah.
The bat signals in the sky.
I know. I was gonna say, I know you're busy, so just holler at us real quick.
I saw your reflection.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Coach Ham,
But you got a little something in your teeth. Can you see it?
brother, always good to see you.
Thank you for having the Eagles on.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate it. Happy birthday to my wife.
There you go.
She's
Happy
gonna
birthday.
Be upset that I even I was supposed to be in drop off.
No, hey,
For sure.
we're just having a good conversation about the
dog.
seasons and what's going on and what's the next.
Yeah,
step.
would you like to sit down? Come on, sit down.
No, it's okay. I got to take off and go attend to my son and
Okay, man.
finish my wife's birthday. Make sure
We'll
it's a good day
talk
for
to
her.
you one of these days soon again and talk about the future and next season and all that. We'll have a little chat with you.
For sure. Make
So,
this all about the
Once you
kids.
make this
I appreciate
move,
you guys. Thank you
sit
guys.
next to Logan.
Good seeing you.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
And happy birthday, Jenna. Okay, so now we got some hardware here, guys. Just wanted to let you know if you haven't seen it yet. This is the state championship trophy from last year. As you can see, it's a little larger. Those trophies get a little bigger when you win the whole thing, and then they give you a little tiny runner-up trophy. That's one of those things that. But hey, hats off to Berean Eagles being able to do this in such a short time frame.
Oh, man.
Seeing the future is going to be so bright with what you guys are accomplishing in this program, and what a hats off to you with all the hard work you guys have put in. I know when I drive by in the evening hours and Hampton's lit up and you guys are out here, Hampton lights are on, and seeing you guys out here and you can hear the pads cracking, it's like, yeah, they're having a good practice.
It sounds like you guys enjoy yourselves too, on top of being professional and taking it seriously. It seems like you guys are playing for the right reasons. You're enjoying yourselves, you're learning something, and coaches coming out and teaching you guys a lot of life lessons. You told me that he goes and works with you guys sometimes. Some of you guys get jobs with him in the off season. I mean, that's incredible.
Oh yeah, he has a wonderful opportunity to have those guys come and help him sometimes, since he's got that wonderful.
Have you ever worked with him?
Yeah, during the summer I applied at DOS Moving and Storage.
Yeah, he has a moving company.
I basically worked like the day after I got out of school all the way until like the week before first day of school.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it was fun and got to learn got to have a lot of fun experiences and got to learn a lot of life lessons. Not just from Hampton, but from our other coach, Coach Willie, because he works there too. And yeah, it was
being able to. So when you won that first trophy that Logan's got on his lap last year, how exciting was that to be a part of that?
amazing. It felt unreal in the moment. I was like, wow. I never thought I would see myself on a state championship team.
Carlos, you were a freshman when you won that thing.
Heck yeah.
That was fun, huh?
Oh, heck yeah, it was fun.
That was really neat to see that happen and all come together. I was like, wow, these guys are going to dominate, and they did. And you guys dominated that whole game.
Heck yeah.
Made the right plays when you needed to in a crucial moment. And here's the downside of not winning the whole state title. You still got a beautiful trophy here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
But you don't want to condone anything to what you still went to state. You went to the state title
what a
game.
huge success.
That's a big success.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. Like, not trying to shame any team here in Cochise County, but I don't think I've ever heard of any team here in the county like going
Back to back?
back to back. Yeah, back
In a
to
while.
back.
No.
I mean, St. David in the AIA 1A, they've been there a few times back to back, and they're consistently there. They're always in the Final Four.
You guys are doing it at a higher level.
But you're doing it in your level and what you're doing with your conference, and I'd like to see you guys be able to transition to AIA eventually. I'm sure that's what is in the works as well within the program. But if the CIA continues to work and help your programs and it continues to expand and grow, then I'm sure Berean will make that decision and do what they need to do with it. But you guys are. Hats off to you. Like I said, you guys are incredibly working hard.
Coach Carrillo.
What's up, Carrillo? How are you, brother?
Man, what a sports
Good to
weekend.
see you. Wow. Mr. Future Hall of Famer there.
That's
So,
the head coach
of Cochise College right here.
we're
Taking a little workout.
Yeah, I highly recommend going and watching some of their games. If you guys ever want to go out and enjoy a nice night of basketball, go out to those games in Douglas, man.
Oh yeah, and by the way, here's a little tidbit. If you ever hear a certain voice that maybe have come back around as you've been reminded as Logan's been here now on the show, he does games for us on Cool FM, folks.
I know.
He's done Tombstone games when they had buys. When they had a bye week for Berean, he was covering for Cool FM. So this guy's got a future in sports broadcasting.
We got a firefighter. We got a broadcaster / athlete. What are you
gonna
looking
do, Carlos?
Oh, boxer.
Boxer, wrestler,
athlete,
Athlete, all right.
aviation. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
WWE maybe. Just kidding. Engineering. Get into the UAVs or something maybe.
Reminds me of Malcor.
That'd be fun too.
What's that?
Reminds me of our coach Malcor. He's a wrestler here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's always talked about going to WWE.
Yep.
All right, let's get back into college football.
Oh,
we
man.
talked about that Arizona game.
Let's talk about the upset of yesterday. Michigan over Ohio State.
Oh man.
What happened there?
It's called Sharon Moore got the boys ready,
I guess.
and they battled, and I'm surprised that we're still sitting here and we haven't heard Ryan Day's job is gone, because I think he's going to be gone by tomorrow.
Well,
I feel like Ohio State's lost 4 straight games to Michigan. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what he does in the playoffs. He might be able to save his job in that 12-game playoff this year, but.
Carlos, you've seen a guy swing from his heels, right? And sometimes when you connect, you can knock a dude out. But, like, all the rest of the times, it's really, really risky, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the way I'm looking at that Michigan game versus Ohio State was that Michigan was just swinging from the heels, and they kept landing punches, and it just worked out. I mean, that's the way I also feel about that Vandy game, is that, like, Vandy versus Texas, when they beat them, it was just like
Tennessee,
that's right.
Oh no, that was yesterday.
But when Vandy beat Alabama,
There you go. That's who it was.
Did they beat Alabama?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that was swinging from the heels too. They were going out like they were firing every one of them.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they were looking.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Let it all hang out.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what a fun game to watch there. So, yeah, Michigan swinging from the heels. Who else?
So Arizona State, Arizona, one of the longest rivals in the country. Got to see not so good performance by U of A yesterday.
But,
as my friends that are ASU fans say, no pity for the kitty, and they didn't show no pity yesterday. And that ASU coach has got those guys bearing down, and I shouldn't have even said that, but anyway, they're tearing in the same sentence. I don't know why I said it, but ASU's got a good coach, Dillingham, and he's young, he's energetic. I mean, he had to have that BYU game last week where they had to clear the field after they stormed the field.
Yeah,
there was 1 second left. They had 20,000 people. They had to push them back into the stands. It took like 14 minutes, and then they still end up pulling it off.
That's the only reason to go to college, as far as I'm concerned.
Storm the field?
Yeah, you got a good reason.
Storm a court? Yeah.
Well, okay, next up, Washington versus Oregon. Oregon, #1 in the country, playing Washington. Washington actually playing them pretty strong, like it's a rivalry
First
game.
half.
Yeah, that 21-49. I'm telling you, man, swinging from the heels. Let's see who else played yesterday. Texas.
BYU beat Houston.
BYU beat Houston.
Knocked out Colorado from the Big 12 title. So the Big 12 title is Iowa State versus Arizona State.
What? So they could be in the playoffs. They could be CFP.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Arizona State
I know.
walks
Crazy.
out of the Pac-12 and goes right in to start dominating other conferences. Oh my gosh, they should never have shut down the Pac-12. Now they're all going to
That's what I was saying last night. I had a conversation with my cousin. I'm like, I miss the
all
Pac-12.
season long. Now you're going to see how
Shame on the Pac-12
the whole
commission.
West Coast, the whole West Coast. You want to play? Nobody gives them any respect because
Yep.
they play on the West Coast. Remember that. Like if you want to play some high quality football that nobody looks at, unfortunately,
Keep playing out
the
here.
football
Stay
players,
here.
Yeah.
Don't go across the country.
Okay. SMU beat Cal. Syracuse beat Miami.
Upset.
Number
Another
6,
upset right there.
42 to 38. That game was insane.
You guys watch any of the games yesterday?
Yeah, I watched the Georgia Tech.
Oh my gosh, 8 overtimes.
8 OTs on
I'm getting a
Friday.
nosebleed just thinking about it. This is painful. Oh my God. They were boxing it out and they couldn't complete a pass in half of those overtimes. They got like what? Each team had
Four knockdowns in a row. It was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
yeah.
The probability went from 98 to 98 to 90. I was watching the probability going back and forth.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
Crazy.
Okay.
Notre Dame almost got their tails handed to them. USC wanted to try and do something yesterday with them, but they stood their ground. So it's still in the college football picture.
Alabama,
Playoff.
Auburn.
Iron Bowl was a little lopsided yesterday.
Yeah, 20.
And it was weird because they beat A&M the week before.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jeez.
so let's
Wild
see.
college football these days.
Any other big
Excuse me.
upsets? Oh, Texas beat up on Texas A&M, and
Yeah.
Arch Manning really does look like a full athlete. Like that guy can actually run.
Looking forward to seeing him play next year.
His dad was a wide receiver too. You forget that his dad was the wide receiver.
But he played quarterback.
No, his dad
Played
played.
quarterback in the NFL.
No. Arch Manning's
Archie
dad.
Manning.
No,
Oh.
Archie.
Oh,
I'm
I
talking
thought-
Arch
I was
Manning.
going to say Grandpa.
Arch
Grandpa
Manning.
played QB.
No. Grandpa
My bad.
definitely played.
The one that never played college ball.
Yeah, the one that didn't go to the play anything. He had the spinal stenosis. Yeah. And he was a wide receiver. They said he was the best athlete out of all of them. He has a son, Arch Manning, goes on to be. Yeah, I know. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
He was actually the best athlete.
Maybe the
out
best
of
one out of all.
Mannings.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Okay, today. Holy smokes! Okay, your game is going on. Buccaneers.
How we
versus
looking?
well,
Carolina hanging?
Tampa Bay up.
Okay,
Well,
good.
I mean, it's 7-3 right now. It's
Okay.
second quarter. Cardinals versus Minnesota.
Ugh.
I picked Cardinals.
Ugh.
I wanted Cardinals. It was so close.
disgusting.
Dude, I was sure that they were going to win. Okay, and the Seahawks versus the Jets, I did pick that. Actually, Jarad and I both picked every single game the same. I sent him the picks, and he was like, I picked all the same ones. Okay, well. So, the Eagles versus Ravens. Ravens are up 9-0 on the Eagles.
It's early.
See. It is.
Carlos.
Devontae Smith is out today, so that's hurting them a little bit.
Yeah.
The Jags versus the Texans.
Oh.
The Jags lost Trevor Lawrence. Oh man.
Cheap.
Oh, yeah.
And
Very cheap.
I love Trevor Lawrence. I think he's if on any other team he'd be much better.
Someone's going to have a serious fine.
He
From
was
that.
in that full like lockdown thing where he was having like almost a seizure on the field. You hate seeing that.
Now, it's going to be a serious concussion, my grandpa. He's going to be out for a few weeks.
Reminds me of DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh
He's a
man.
stiff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man, they had to send him to the hospital. Chargers versus Falcons. I
Chargers
picked the
pulled it off?
Chargers. Yeah. So, man, what's his face? Cousins threw 4 picks in that game.
Not a good day for Kirk. Not a good day at all.
Yeah. Okay, I picked Tennessee to beat the Commanders, and Tennessee, that was not a good game. 42-19. I should have figured a home game for Washington. But I was thinking Levis. Like, Levis has this ability to play way outside of his
He
abilities.
just doesn't have enough
targets.
Oh, and then I picked the Patriots. Both of us picked the Patriots over the Colts, and the Colts ended up pulling that one out 25 to 24 last
second field goal as time expired.
We both picked the Steelers over the Bengals, 44-38. 44-38. Yeah, man, that's a huge score.
It was
for an
44 to
NFL
24. They scored 2 touchdowns within 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Right before we got out here.
Panthers just took the lead.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's 10-7.
That's why there's 4 quarters.
Well, it's also regular season versus postseason. I'm always like,
No, we have to win out though if we want to get in the playoffs.
Okay,
We got to get Mike Evans going again.
Okay, so just to make sure, let's see what else we had to pick for today. We made our picks. Okay, Browns versus Broncos. Who do you take?
Broncos.
Yeah.
Grandpa Nick's.
Yeah.
I'm taking.
25-year-old.
I love Nick. I
rookie.
think he's actually the best quarterback rookie.
Yeah.
I love Daniels. Don't get me wrong, but if I was like having a franchise, I would actually want Nick's. Like him and Sean Payton are such a great match for that offense. Let's see what else. Bills and Niners tonight.
Snowball.
You gonna take the Bills or
Yes.
the
Niners.
You're taking the Niners.
I got it.
2
I
feet
got
of
it.
snow.
I like the way
2
this guy's
feet of
thinking.
snow.
Now is Purdy playing?
No,
No,
still hurting.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I'm not calling that one. That's Bills all the way.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that he
Man.
met his dad this year.
Who's that?
Christian. Oh wait, not Christian.
No, you know what?
Brock Purdy.
I meant to say. He said, "You guys said Purdy." I meant we met Christian McCaffrey's dad.
Oh yeah, Ed McCaffrey.
yeah, Ed
Ed, my
McCaffrey.
dog.
Where's he at?
He was when Boyna did the when they were hosting the
He came out here?
Harold Review.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
Harold, best
McCaffrey.
sports thing that we were going
Yeah.
to cover, and then the Herald said no, we couldn't cover it. Or
Kurt
something. I don't
Kurt
remember.
Warner was at the state championship game.
Shut
Side note,
up.
Yeah, I just found that out. Yeah.
I missed it.
Wait, no
Didn't-
way.
I would have
I just found that out.
recognized him.
I ran into him we were at UVA 7-on-7
I love that guy. I
about
love Kurt
8
Warner.
years ago. I was up there with Coach Thomas and Buena. We were walking to our next game, and I just see this gigantic man standing next to me, and I look up and I'm like, Kurt? He turns around and he goes, how you doing? He goes, how you doing? I was like, I did not even think that you were this tall. He goes, oh yeah, man. He goes,
Dude,
everybody underestimates my size. I was like,
that's
You're
pro
huge.
athletes. That's
And,
pro
yeah.
athletes.
I said, what are you doing here? Oh, my sons are over here playing for Desert Mountain. He was a tight end, ended up playing at Kansas State for I think he's finished now, but I think he actually made it to the league. I think he's playing somewhere with the practice squad.
One
Yeah,
more
he was
game.
on the Bucks practice squad. For
Yeah,
a
he was
bit.
with us for a while.
No kidding.
Yeah. One more game. Tomorrow.
Packers Lions. No, there's a game on the 5th.
Oh, okay.
Before we get back into the NFL, before we get
Oh,
on
that's
field
the
at
Thursday
7.
night game?
Mhm. Packers Lions.
I'm-
Lions
Lambeau?
at home. It's at Lions.
Ford Field?
Ford Field indoor.
Ouch. And that's usually the Thanksgiving game.
I know. What's up with that?
I don't know.
It was the Bears. Oh man, that Bears
Oh,
game.
my God.
I know. Throwing that game away, you can hear us all groaning. I wanted Caleb Williams to win that game. I was so pumped about that. I thought he had that, and he really is the best thrower on the run. I've never seen a guy that
kid
can
throw.
Oh, yeah.
a
He
dart.
throws rockets on the money, running full speed. I've never seen anybody. That's an ability I've never seen anybody do accurately all the time. Like, you'd always see Michael Vick do stuff like that, or Tim Tebow, not very well, but they could throw on the run, and you just don't. And that guy is just a full speed thrower.
And then he had so much success at USC, supposedly, that they retired his number yesterday
Yep.
in the Coliseum.
Whatever.
Then they lost.
Marcus, and then they lost. And Caleb runs the team out. You would think they'd be all fired up, but USC's just not quite a full 4-quarter team yet.
I'm picking the Lions.
Oh yeah,
Fair enough.
Dan Campbell. Hey, Dan Campbell. Jalen Hampton is the high school version of Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
He will have you guys chewing on nails and glass and all that stuff and doing whatever it takes to play. and smack people in the
motivational
mouth.
master.
just that's who that is. I mean, that's, hats off to Coach Hampton again for doing all the stuff he's done for you guys so far, and it's the success in this program. It's so exciting to see. I'm so glad you guys were able to come together and hang out with us for today, and we really appreciate you taking a little time of your Sunday afternoon. And
Thank you for having us.
of course, and we look forward to watching the progress continue. You got a lot on your shoulders coming up, Carlos.
Heck yeah.
So just do your thing and listen to these older guys that have the stuff that they can give you, the insight, and do whatever you got to do in the weight room. Exactly. I was about to say, stay in the weights.
Don't you worry, Carlos. I'm gonna be there during the summer.
Oh yeah, me
I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there in the mornings.
And we'll look forward to. We're gonna try and we'll look at it for sure and keep an eye on it. But we're probably gonna do a signing day special show.
Really cool.
We'll go on Coolfmlive a few times for whoever we need to. Berean's gonna have a signing day. Bueno will have a signing day, I'm sure. ALA might have a couple guys. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Definitely want to see if you end up making a decision that day, Logan. Hopefully you'll have a decision for that, so we can go live and show that off for everybody. And it'd be fun to really see you take your talents to somewhere from here on and keep doing your thing. I mean, you're nationally ranked as a kick returner. You got to get
But
somewhere.
you're probably
man.
going to play something like safety, right?
Yeah, safety, wide receiver, slot, something like that.
Oh, I love
kick return.
slot receivers are like my new favorite position.
Oh yeah.
I see you landing somewhere in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference up here in the D2 schools up here, like you were talking Highlands and
Well, he could even go
Shadron
to
State,
Eastern-
Adams State, Eastern New Mexico.
Eastern Washington too. He's like
Yeah.
those Weber States.
Go play for the field that has that red field.
Yeah.
Red turf field at Eastern Washington.
Yes, sir.
Gotta
Roos
adjust
Field.
Gotta adjust your eyes. The whole place.
Yeah, you get a.
They got
you
great
never,
field up there somewhere else
Can't
too.
tell if anybody's seriously injured because like it's
Blood's just like,
blood just blends in. I love it.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right. We'd like to thank Ed Morse for paying for this, and we'd also like to thank Wicked Limits for that beautiful sign that today
We would have had it behind us, but we didn't have nothing to hang it on, so we wanted to do a more personal kind of interview out here on the field where you guys have done all your
this
incredible
is where you guys
work.
won all your games. This is where you
This
won.
is where you laid the foundation and started the program and got it to where it is so far. So
Hampton Field. You guys are awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for checking in with On the Field with Jon and Jarad. Jarad, thank you.
always a pleasure,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Carlos, Logan, Dillon, you guys are so cool for coming in and just spending this Sunday out here with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you soon out there for some basketball too.